801 North Main Street, Sweet Home. A reality for you and for your family. It is Premier Group Real. Devin Nodland of Blake Fullenwider Ford, General Manager there, and myself, Gerald Reed, on the Trading Post program this morning. And good morning, Devin.
Good morning, Gerald. Appreciate you having me on the show today.
Sure. And you're the General Manager there at the new Blake Fullenwider Ford.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be talking about that a little bit later in the show.
Absolutely.
But you know what? We also have with us this morning Dimitri Figueroa, voice of the Mustangs. Good morning, Dimitri.
Good morning.
We also have with us, we have head football coach Tom Harvey. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Down at the end of the table, Jamie Boswell, athletic director.
Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning to you guys. Coach's comments with head coach Tom Harvey and athletic director Jamie Boswell, brought to you by Mike Sanchez at Texas Computer Solutions. Dimitri Figueroa, voice of the Mustangs, will talk with Coach in a moment. Let's get that a little closer. Just a little closer. There we go. Okay. All right. And now to talk with Coach Harvey, here's Dimitri Figueroa.
Good morning, Coach Harvey.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. We have Coach Harvey here, the head coach of the Andrews Mustangs. Last week, coming off a tough loss, really good first half against Canyon High. I think they got us 32-16 was the final score. Really competitive first half. Our offense was rolling, a couple long drives, wasn't able to punch it in a couple drives. Defense was rolling, and then the second half kind of got to us.
Right.
What'd you see with them? They were big, they were strong. What'd you see?
They were big and they were physical. Of course, they were well coached because of who they are. But, you know, we did some things that got in our own way with some penalties and things like that we feel like we corrected this week. Is, you know, just trying to get the kids not thinking, make more of it than it is. There's a pretty good chance we can play them again in the second week of the playoffs. So, all in all, we're okay. We got a lot of things fixed.
Yeah. The defense was holding their own in the first half. They were big, they were strong, and they were kind of trying to run it down us, but the defense was keeping them up. But they're in the second half, they kind of wore us down, right?
They did,
and that's kind of like what the run game is. They kind of changed their strategy, and then they come three backs, and they were just punching it down the throat. Did y'all work on a lot of physicality and stuff, or what'd y'all work on this week to kind of overcome something like that?
We did, and without giving away our game plan, we've made some changes defensively because we can't just let a bigger team allow that to make it be as big a factor. With their big offensive line and big running backs, and just getting behind them and running them, we can't allow that to be as big a factor. We got to find solutions, you know, and that's hopefully what we've done this week. So we feel like we're physical already. We just need to be a little more active and a little more challenging to those kind of things.
Yeah, I understand. So like I mentioned a minute ago, the first half was a good half. The second half, third quarter, our first time to get the ball in the third quarter, I think maybe the first time where we had 3 penalties in a row. You know, kind of a slow start in the third quarter. Is that something, a point of emphasis or something? I know I was talking to a couple of the kids, and they talk about it at halftime. You know?
Right. We talked as a staff about a lot of things, including what if there's anything we need to do better at halftime to come out of the gates firing on all cylinders or whatever. You know, it was early in the season. Maybe the stuff that we did last year doesn't work this year, and things like that. However, those are mental errors, and you know, theoretically easier to fix, but they were addressed this week in practice.
Yeah, you know, the Andrews Mustang band, they play Cap Rock at the first of the game. I don't know. Everybody loves that. Yeah, everybody loves that song.
I love it too.
Maybe at halftime they could do that again, because it pumps those kids up. I tell you that much. So
Great idea.
yeah. So anyways, but leaving that game, right? It was a non-district game. You learn some stuff from it. You can take some good things out of a loss. You can take some bad things out of a loss. But any injuries that are kind of lingering coming into this week?
No, we're gonna get Cade Adams back. You know, he may not be 100%, but he's good enough to play some
Good.
this week. I think you'll see all three quarterbacks take snaps tonight. Some of the illnesses, the flu things and things are working their way out. We did have a strep throat this week, but that was early in the week, and hopefully he's well. And right now we're about as healthy as any team can be going into week 3.
Well, that's good. That's good. Getting ready for our first home game tonight, right?
Yes.
So yeah. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about that first home game. So we'll be back here, and brought to you by Texas Computer Solutions. We'll be back with Coach Harvey to talk about tonight. Kind of stumbled there right there.
Good job, guy.
Yeah, I promise I'm.
This first,
That's
followed
tomorrow.
by that.
So 40.
And
Yeah,
the reason
big 40.
we do the 3 days is because.
Yeah, somebody at work told me they missed 40. You know, I'm like, I'm already hating it.
And you can leave anybody off.
And we're back here with Coach Harvey for Coach's comments. We just talked about the Canyon game. Now we're going to put that one in the trash. And let's go. Let's move on. Tonight we have Greenwood Rangers, which we were just talking about before this. You know, kids know each other from Greenwood.
Yes.
They don't like Greenwood, right?
They do
So
not.
it's a big game. So tonight, what is their offense going to be looking like? What is our defense going to be expecting from a spread out offense in Greenwood, right?
You know, they're about 50-50. Again, they're well coached, and they're very big, and they're very good. They're capable of a lot this year.
Yep.
You know, they went through their rough patch last year of having a young team. They're very good. I think they're going to be about 50-50. They look a lot like Monahans on paper and on the field, and that they're going to run some 2-back, and they're going to run some regular spread stuff. They got a good running back. They have good receivers. They have a good line. They have one lineman that I would say D1 prospect. You know, they're talented, but we're talented.
Yeah, they were young last year. You mentioned that, and we beat them pretty easy last year. But it's not gonna be the same team. They got a little bit more experience. I know the junior class, they beat our freshmen when they were fresh, or they beat our juniors when they were all freshmen. So they got some talented kids out there. What about defense? You know, we're slotty. We're throwing a little bit more this year than last year.
Mm-hmm.
What are we looking at on their defense? They got some playmakers over there, or size.
They do. They're bigger than we are. I mean, that's just going to be a fact of life this year. But you know, they're athletic and they do some things really well. And we're hoping that the fact that they hadn't really played a smash mouth football team yet will play to our advantage. I think they're capable of answering that. You know, I think they can play smash mouth too, but they haven't had to yet. We're hoping that's an advantage for us. I think the kids are ready. Like I said, there's a lot of mental miscues, and those sometimes have to do with being tired or whatever. You make a lot of excuses, but we did some things Tuesday in practice to hopefully address those things.
Yeah, those mental mistakes when you get behind the chains. This offense, we've talked about it last year and this year. You get behind the chains, it doesn't help you out, right?
No, it doesn't help you
You
out
know,
at all.
you want to be able to stay in front of the chains. Kind of long drives is what you want, right?
Right. The passing game we've been working on since last year, and it has helped us, and I think it's going to continue to get better.
Yeah. What about, last year with Aiden Olivas, we had a quarterback that could run the ball, right? And he threw, but he was a threat on the run, and we hadn't really seen that much this year. Is that something, with Cade coming back? Is that something Cade can add to the offense, or is that something we're just relying on? We have 3 great running backs.
Right.
What do you see there?
Well, I'll answer that with there's only one Aiden Olivas.
Yeah, and that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But Cade, John, they have their own skill set.
Mm-hmm.
We have Colin Kelly up here, who's a phenomenal athlete.
Yes.
He's 14 or whatever, but I mean he is a good athlete. So we're going to take advantage of all their skill sets. Cade's 6'2" and sees the field real well, and he can move around some.
Yeah.
Some himself. He may not be the 4.5 Aiden was, but he's a capable ball carrier, and so is John Bruce, and they're also doing very well passing the ball, and that's something that we really couldn't get on track last year. It's making growth. We're seeing growth every week so far this year.
Well, I'm glad Cade's back on the field.
Yeah.
And first home game. Hopefully, Andrews is there to support and pack the field. And let's go Mustangs. So.
Go Mustangs.
All right, thank you, Coach Harvey. And when we come back, Coach Boswell will be in the spot. So we're going to take a break. Coach's Comments brought to you by Texas Computer Solutions.
Good job, y'all.
Thank you.
7-8 tie, right? 7-8 tie.
14-14. Yeah. Is that right? 16-16.
Yeah, 7-8, 14-14 is what it was. Yeah, I got a nephew on that team. Austin Dela Cruz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be good.
Okay.
I'm not
Stand
sure.
by. And
And we're back here at Coach's Comments, but now we got a new coach in the seat, Coach Boswell. As I do every time, I'll just give you the mic, and you let me know what you've been up to.
Happy 40th.
Oh, come on. He meant 29. Thank you, Coach.
Well, obviously we have a lot going on every week. This week is no different. Volleyball hosted Alpine on Tuesday, and all high school teams won.
Nice.
Middle school volleyball hosted Seminole, our favorite team from that direction. And the 7th and 8th graders swept Seminole, so that was good. The middle school Mustangs had their debut last night in football. Hosted Greenwood. The 7th A tied. 8th grade B lost. 8th grade A lost, and the 7th grade A won. So it was kind of a up and down night, but it was good to see those kids for the first time on the field under the lights. The freshmen and JV went to Greenwood. Wasn't a great night for us, but those kids are getting better. Greenwood got us on the freshman team 26-14, and the JV lost 20-0. But those kids will rebound; they'll get better. We've got a tough one next week with those underclass teams. I believe our middle school teams play Levelland. The sub-varsities go to Abilene and play Wichita Falls Memorial the day before our high school teams. JV tennis won yesterday. They beat Monahans in the district game 18-0. Varsity team tennis is 1-0 in district. They beat Pecos on Tuesday. Swim is cranking up. Boys golf had their tournament last weekend. They finished second out of 21 teams.
In Lubbock.
Yep. We're expecting big things. I'm not going to be here next Friday. I'll be chaperoning with golf, boys and girls golf, and their out-of-state trip, which is going to be fun. But I'm also glad to see a Ford guy here.
You're
No
a Ford
offense to
guy.
anybody else, but I'm a Ford guy. I've got a classic
sir.
Mustang. So, but things are looking good. Our varsity girls volleyball team is playing Abilene Cooper today on the road. Freshmen and JV are at the Greenwood tournament today and tomorrow, and obviously the Mustangs host Greenwood tonight, first home game.
Yeah.
We're going to recognize the officials before the game, just show them that we appreciate their efforts. Without officials, games can't be played. Everybody says it's easy to officiate until you get down there.
Yeah.
So we need officials, and we appreciate them. This morning at the pep rally, the state champion girls golf team from last spring was recognized.
Awesome.
And so, got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good stuff going on. Coach Harvey and staff are doing a great job. We just need to get back on that winning track, which the kids will compete. It'll be good. So we hope we pack the stands and just come out and support these Mustangs.
Yep, come out and support them. They're expecting a big crowd. First home game. They want a big crowd out there. It's kind of a rivalry. Greenwood is a bit of a rivalry. It's not our biggest rivalry, but these kids know it. We have one of their ex-coaches on our staff, right?
Right. Well, more than likely with the growth that they're experiencing, I would tend to bet that in the next few years they may be in our football district.
They'll be in
just
our
like
district.
everything
You're right.
else, so.
You're right. So, yeah, and a lot of these kids, they've been playing Greenwood since they were 7 years old. They know these kids. So
That was 33 years ago for you.
come on now. He just keeps bringing up that 40-year-old. let me ask him, Coach Boswell, how old are you?
I am 56.
And you're proud of it, right?
Yes, I
Yeah,
am.
he's proud of it. Well, thank you, Coach Boswell. Thank you, Coach Harvey, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And let's go get Greenwood, right?
Go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs. All right, thank y'all for joining. And Coach's Comments brought to you by Texas Computer Solutions.